In this video I'm going to take you through the custom code lifecycle management set of screens. So to begin with, we come into the work centers, and in Solution Manager you choose the custom code lifecycle management work center. The custom code landscape management is designed to count all your custom code objects across your entire landscape. So once you've got these things, you can start creating owners for these and creating contracts if you're outsourced. So you may have two different outsourcing groups looking after two different types of custom code objects. The other thing you can do in here is you can run a number of reports. Some of the reports you can run in the CCLM are underpinned by the BW capabilities of Solution Manager. So here's an example of some of the typical BW type reports you can run. So you can get the bar chart and the pie chart happening. It helps if you have a good BW person working for you to help to unlock some additional reports as you go. Once you're under control with the reports, you may have a look at the ad hoc reporting. So this is a nice snappy ALV type reporting that the ABAP stack offers. And the most interesting thing here is the transactional data that you can pull with the statistics here. So if I take all the data across, this is going to show me every single piece of custom code in my landscape and how often it's run. So this is really interesting from a management perspective. If I start sorting backwards and then having a look at this particular custom code objects is run every day over 216 million times. So obviously the things which are used the most are interesting, but also the things which are used the least are also interesting. So the ones which aren't used too much you may want to think of deleting, so you no longer have them. Some other things you can get is the frequency of the transports. So if something's been changing quite often but hasn't been used too much, you should be asking a couple of questions about it. And lastly, you can get some priorities about managing some of this custom code in your library based on some statistics from the ABAP Code Inspector. Alright, so that's a very quick fly through of the CCLM. Out of the back of the CCLM, you get some reporting capabilities. So if I go back to the main screen here, so if you double click on the dashboard, you'll end up having some dials, something like this. So this is the quality of the custom code. The details come through in the code inspector. Same with the severity, the usage from the CCLM, the criticality. So here we can have a look at the the history of how often things have changed. You can have a look at how many objects you got in the library, classify them according to different categories. And maybe you want to have a look at the Surgeon KPI dashboard. So here we can have a look at a number of KPIs all the way from availability through to performance, but the one which is of interest to me at the moment is the software status and of course the custom code footprint. So this is the amount of custom code that I have in my system, and here we can have a look at the history. So if I've taken a number of data points for the custom code, the last data point I took was last year. Then I can compare the amount of custom code that I have against, or the benchmark from around the world. From a benefit situation, if I want to simulate the improvement of custom code reduction, this is all the details behind it. From a benefit simulation, we have a statistic here that this is the amount of effort for each piece of custom code each year. So if we wanted to reduce the amount of support that we do for our entire custom code library, let's try and reduce the custom code. So we set ourselves a goal to reduce it by 15%, and you can see the effect in the reduction in maintenance costs by reducing the custom code footprint. And of course there's a number of definitions in here for the custom code footprint and what all the dials mean. Thanks for listening.